Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Social media. Tuesday morning. Totally unclear. Marcus and Jervis.
Yo, what's going on here, man? What is going on? Why are we in the studio, bro?
I don't know. I do know. The government says we can't be there.
Yeah, they shut us down. But we're not shut down.
They said you need to stay home. So
we stay home, but we still doing our thing.
We're trying. We're going to give it an attempt. So my favorite show, one of my favorite shows growing up was Saved by the Bell. Like people of an older generation, Saved by the Bell in the late 80s, early 90s was a staple of your household. Everyone loved the characters. You had Screech, you had Lisa, you had Jesse, you had Kelly. Everyone's favorite usually was Zach Morris. And Trev, do you remember what Zach Morris used to do when he gets stressed out? He would do what, a timeout, right?
Nah, yeah, I guess I ain't watched Saved by the Bell, man.
Of course you didn't. who didn't watch Saved by the Bell? But anyway, so Zach Morris used to do this thing. He'd do a timeout where he would freeze everything. And as a kid, who did not want to partake in a Zach Morris timeout? Everyone wanted to be a part of that. And I think I finally got my wish with this COVID-19 situation that we're all a part of a Zach Morris timeout. This is absolutely wild. This is easily the strangest thing I've experienced in my lifetime. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm hoping I never saw anything like this again. It is unbelievably wild.
It's changing the world as we speak.
Yeah.
And it's going to change a lot of things when it's over with. A lot of things are going to be different and stay that way.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I think you might have been a little ahead of the curve with your no handshake policy.
Yeah, boy.
you were about a week early on that. You were a trendsetter.
Yeah, boy.
We're gonna be doing from now on. It's gonna be the kid and play handshake, where it's just feet.
Listen, the Wakanda salute. That's all we got to do. The Wakanda salute, and we good.
I like it. So first of all, like if you're listening to the show now, you're probably like all of us at home, like because no one's allowed to really go anywhere or do anything, so you're pretty much trapped in your own abundance. And my hope for you is you're trapped with people you actually like. Like people were talking about quarantine babies. This may lead to a lot of quarantine divorces. Like if you don't like your family, this is not the time for you.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Now, thank God for me. I love my family, my kids. But we're all struggling. I've already called 2 family meetings, kind of reign the truth. I had to call 2 timeouts myself. COVID-19 went on a 20-4 run on us. So we had to calm everyone down. People were getting stressed out. You know, like for my daughter, for instance, for her, she is used to being out of the house for at least 8 hours a day. So about 40 hours of outside the house time have been taken away from her. And like, you know, all of us like are used to being out of the house, but like for a kid, it's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't play with my friends. How do I have to, like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's people are losing their minds.
Yeah.
You know, this is different for people to have to be, and you know what, it's funny, kind of like Big Brother. Big Brother, they're confined to a house for 3 months. This is that Big Brother style right now that people are going to have to live. So there's only so many times you walk into that room, and it depends on how your house is. Like if you have a more spacious house, it's probably a little bit different. But if you're in an apartment, you got a 1 or 2 bedroom, like, I mean, there's not that many places you can go.
No, you're going to see a lot of each other for the next couple months. A lot of FaceTime. But I guess the only thing really you can look at it as, they're doing a job right now where I don't think they're giving all the information because they don't want to freak people out. So right now we're kind of in a holding pattern, but this is something that I expect to go to at least June on the earlier side of things. But like, if it gets really bad, we're looking at like August, but fingers crossed for June.
We'll see. It depends how this social distancing works, man. If people can kind of stay in the house to flatten the curve.
It's not working real well for a lot of people.
No, not at all. Every state is different. Florida, they were partying hard, trying to get that spring break.
Yeah, the University of Tampa, they actually came out with something today saying that some of those kids did get infected.
Wow.
Yeah, morons. But I mean, you're seeing that everywhere. Like, my question is, why, of all places to go, why would you go to the club with this outbreak? Like, the club on a normal, regular day is disgusting. So you think we're having a pandemic and that's the place to go? Like, have you ever went to the club and like had to go to the bathroom and you walked in the bathroom and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till I get home. I can hold it. Like,
that's because people don't believe, man. Nobody believes. People are non-believers. They think, your first thought is this: it's not going to be me. I'm not going to catch that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thought. Then the second thought is, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to catch that. People are non-believers. They really believe it's not going to be them. And then when you're hearing stories, then it's starting to closer creeping on your circle. You're like, wait a minute, this is getting closer to my circle. Then it's like, wait a minute, I heard about somebody who had it in my town now. I don't know the person, but they're in town. And then it just gets closer and closer. Now it's I know somebody who actually got that.
Right.
Like that's how real this is.
Yeah, and it's crazy the situation we're in now because you're learning a lot about humanity through all of this and how we're really wired and what we really care about and who we really care for. And, just to piggyback off what you just said is basically people don't care unless it directly affects them. And until it hits you where you live, you don't care. And, I've seen some just horrible things being out, like, the few times I've been outside going to the grocery store, whatever like that, like people just doing just disrespectful things. Like, for instance, like if you only need 2 cases of water to get through a week, why do you need 15 cases of water right now? Why do you gotta do that?
You don't look at it. I mean, look, people, yes, they're panicking. You don't need that much water, but people panic. So it's, let me stock up now because just in case this gets bad, I'm good. Like, I'm straight. I can see people doing.
Isn't that a really selfish way of thinking? Because again, you are looking out just for you and not for other people. You know what I mean? Like,
but isn't that what you're supposed to do? Aren't you supposed to look out for you and your family? Are you really concerned about somebody else's family right now? Are you concerned about your neighbor's family right now? And I'm saying not in the big picture of it, but just you're worried about you and your family. I want to make sure me and my people are safe.
But the thing is, I know that we could be good with 2 cases of water for the week. Like, we're not, like, nobody said we're running out of water. Nobody said we're running out of food. We're not running out of resources. So if you're doing that, you're just really being selfish to the core. And listen, at the end of the day, we are mammals. So we have animalistic mentality that we kind of sequester most of the time. But in a situation like this, whenever we have something like this happen, you see people go back to their animalistic mentality. And it's scary because, listen, this is bad, but what if we have like a nuclear holocaust or something? What if something like that took place? What would that look like if we can't get through this in a civilized fashion?
It'd look worse. A lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, but that's my point is that, to answer your question, yes and no, I'm concerned about my neighbor. Am I going to sacrifice me getting what my necessities for my neighbor? No, of course not. But also at the same time, I'm not going to be that person that goes and tries to take all the supplies and hoard for myself when I know I don't need to do that. Like, this is not a situation where it's every man for himself. We're running out of things we need. There's no water. There's no bread. There's no food. Like, that's not what we're doing here right now. It's just literally, they don't want you out of the house very much. So go buy your groceries for your normal week, or if you do the 2 week shopping, and keep it moving. Like, you don't,
right, but I think a lot of people too, again, when panic sets in, then your mind starts going to those places. So I think a lot of people are thinking, what if they shut us down? What if they say we can't leave the house for 2 weeks straight? So now I can't leave the house. That means I can't go to the grocery store. I can't and I don't have enough things right now. And then what if that lasts longer than 2 weeks? I want to be prepared. And I don't think, like, I hear your point, but I don't think they're ever going to say you can't leave, because people are going to need to get groceries. They're going to need to do those things. That's why the grocery stores aren't shutting down. It's essential. So you're going to have people go out and get groceries like that. Now, what I think will happen, because people, again, we're doing a really poor job in social distancing. We're doing a really poor job in self-quarantining. So what's going to happen is you're going to probably see curfews imposed where it's like, look, you are not allowed out of the house after this time. Like, I already saw, in Italy, they're not playing no type of games. I literally saw a jogger get tackled to the ground and arrested for jogging in the morning hours. They said, nope, not on our watch, not today. So, you might see things like that because we don't listen. We're hard-headed. And, listen, I'm going to take accountability for me too, because if you did like 2 weeks ago, I wasn't taking anything very seriously. So I don't want to feel like I'm out here corona shaming people, because I don't want to do that. Because I hate it like when people do that to you, like, oh, like you should have been paying attention. No, like nobody knew. Like, we first heard about COVID-19 back in late January, I'll say, is the first time you really heard about what's going on. And I didn't start getting really, really paying attention until like maybe 2 weeks ago, because I didn't feel like something that was really going to affect my life to this magnitude. And that's just human nature. And like, to all the people, here's something I want to say too. To all the people that said, well, you should have been washing your hands all along. You should have been doing this. Shut up. Stop it. Just stop. Like, no one in their right mind says, you know what? I'm going to make sure I do an extra bleach clean in a day in case we have a pandemic. No one's thinking like that. And if you are, you need help. You're a psychopath. Go get help and seek therapy. But this is something that is not something that comes along very often. And, it caught everybody by surprise. And if it caught you by surprise, that's okay. If you weren't paying attention 2 weeks ago, that's okay. We're not here on Totally Unclear. We're not here to COVID-19 shame you. We don't want to do that to you. It's okay. I get it. Yeah, we're on the same boat. We're on the same boat, man. Listen, me too. I was taking it lightly, at first and everything, just like everybody else. And then,
yeah.
But it was, as you saw more information coming out,
yeah,
you just see more people getting infected. I remember I was in Doylestown. I was going by Doylestown Hospital. They had a big white tent outside, and I was like, "Yo, this is real." Like they don't want this person in the hospital to infect other people. It was like, this is real, man. So everybody has that moment where they realize it's real. You just hope that they have it a lot sooner than rather later.
Right. And I actually want to get to the medical side of this, because we have actually, with you actually working in the medical field, it's nice because we're going to be able to see the other side of it that a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to see. But to wrap up this side of it, it's just people really just do your best just to, if you don't need to go out, don't go out. Stay home. Like, listen, binge watch some television shows. I actually have a couple shows I'm going to get into later that people maybe they would binge watch. Like spend some time, like just relax. I know it's hard, but if you got to get outside, just go sit on your step. Sit outside and just look around, breathe in that fresh air. If it's a nice sunny day, get that vitamin D in you. If you want to go, if you need to, walk around a park, do that. But we got to be smart, because if we want this thing to end, which a lot of people do want it to end, we got to start doing the right things now so this thing doesn't get even worse.
Yeah, the longer it takes us to start this social distancing, the longer we will be social distancing. So we have to realize.
Right. Good way to put it. My energy actually shifted. I'll never forget this. And this is going to sound stupid now saying this, but I want to own it because it happened. And literally, it was the Wednesday before everything. It was the day before the NBA shut down, all the sports shut down, everything started to really go crazy. I looked at Amber and I said, can someone please explain to me what the difference between this is and the flu? I was like, I don't understand what is happening, why this is such a big deal. And then literally the next day, it went down. And God was like, I'm going to show you. But, yeah, so and that day, that Thursday, I work with kids also, and they hadn't shut down everything yet. Like my daughter's school, she was out for 2 weeks. And then the week after that, they started really shutting things down, but everything wasn't shut down yet. So I literally called the person I work with. We do that school program. I'm like, listen, man, like I'm shutting this down for me right now. I need to wait and see what's going on here, because something's about to happen. And then literally after that weekend, they shut down everything. But I want to get to the medical side of this, because I want to hear from your side. What are you seeing out there? What's going on?
So I work for a company called Keystone Quality Transport. It's an ambulance company, privately owned in Philadelphia, one of the biggest ones. And, when this all started to go down, we started taking precautions and prepping ourselves to be ready for how bad it could be, which is just making sure our crews are protected and prepared, putting in certain protocols, changing some things up, to make sure that we're protecting ourselves with the public that's out there who may come in contact with this. We know that at some point in time, we're going to have to transport, people that had COVID-19. It's just a matter of time, because the way it was growing and how fast it was growing. Right. So, it's a lot of, we started doing some training and, like I said, just making sure that everybody on our end can be as safe as possible, because we know that, we want to make sure our crews have to go home to their families. We want to make sure their families are safe, and that's part of what we were doing, and started practicing the social distancing at our bases and make sure everybody just understands, no handshakes, hand sanitizer, the whole washing your hands thing. And good for us, because we were ahead of the curve in that sense by doing it, where a lot of other companies out there aren't. So it's a lot of kudos to our leadership team and everything, to have the foresight to be ready and prepared for this.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that I would be freaking out. I would be freaking out. Like, I would be terrified. I'd be that guy in the movies, just ranting and raving, pacing. I would take up chain smoking. It would be all a mess. This is not for me.
You can't panic. You got to. It is so easy to panic.
I'm panicking in a pandemic.
It's like when people hear, so the funny thing about this is, if you catch it, you can get over it. We know it attacks people with the compromised immune systems, and the elderly are the ones that at first were dying from it. But it's a thing where it's not an automatic death sentence if you get COVID-19. Whereas if you caught HIV back in the day, it was an automatic death sentence.
Yeah, it was the comparison to AIDS and this, I don't get that, because although it's similar, because it does attack the immune system, but you were dying. Once you were Magic Johnson, you were dying.
Right. So this is it's not an automatic death sentence. So, but if it's like that. If somebody sneezes or cough, everybody's turning and looking at them. You got corona? You got corona? And then all that kind of stuff. And then if people think if I get it, I'm going to die from this. I think it goes right there. It's like, no, not necessarily like that. that's a possibility. Yes, that could happen. But
right.
If if we all practice these things we're supposed to do, you'll come out of this and you'll be fine after your 14-day quarantine.
Yeah, well, a lot of it, and I want to kind of get into the myth, kind of a little bit some myths of what's going on, what people are saying, because there's a lot of bad information out there for people. I feel that's not helping, and basically what you're seeing is because of that bad information, people they don't know and they're confused. One thing I want to ask you, you might know the answer to this, you might not. I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but here we go. So I heard a rumor that ibuprofen, if ibuprofen is in your system, you have a better chance of passing away because it doesn't respond well to ibuprofen. Do you know anything about that?
I do not.
Okay.
Again, that's where things start to get even more scary because you're hearing things like that. You're hearing so many different. Like apparently the rumor is that what most people have in common that has passed away from this is that ibuprofen was in their system. And listen, if you're listening to me, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just a rumor, so don't take this for fact. I'm just saying that's what's going around. And I don't know if that's true or not. That's what's going on. But what I do want you to do is you are probably the best person to talk to kind of break down why this is so scary. So real quick, we're going to break soon, but I'd like you to break down the differences why it's so scary. Because I think people don't, like you said, it's not about the death. It's about how fast this thing can spread, overwhelming our healthcare system, all overwhelming our the hospitals like that. But break down for us real quick how this thing works, how it spreads and everything. Well, I mean, it's the information that's out there is true. It's this virus, gets on surfaces, things like that. So touching the door handles, your countertops, things like that. Somebody coughing, sneezing around you, things like that. It's supposed to enter through your eyes. That's what it's always saying about. Don't touch your face because it can get in through your mouth, the eyes and things like that. And it's just it attacks your immune system and everything. And we just have to be very careful of how we're doing things. And the big thing is the washing the hands. Washing your hands is huge. Washing your hands can prevent you from getting pretty much everything that's out there. Yeah,
I mean, it used to be
doing enough.
It used to be like you wash your hands and you sing just happy birthday. But now I would advise you to add in cha-cha-chas. How old are you? Go through the whole thing. If you want to sing it to a person, do that. Go through your family. Just make sure you're scrubbing. It was a really good analogy. I don't know if anyone out there wears contact, but someone said you need to wash your hands like you just put jalapenos on your hands and you're about to put your contacts in. Like that's how thorough you need to scrub them.
Yes. They say like a doctor washes their hands. You got to get the back of your hand, the thumbs. Right. Like, I mean, we kind of talked about this before. Like people washing their hands, still going to the bathroom to wash their hands. Even if you wash your hands, like let's get the conception about washing your hands. People go to the bathroom, they'll wash their hands, but again, they wash it for 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Right. Your hands aren't clean enough. And that's the thing. You want to make sure you're cleaning your hands thoroughly. And that's why they're saying at least 20 seconds, of hand. That's big. It's a huge thing where, and so many people just don't do it. It's like every time you've seen people go to the bathroom and walk right out. Like, yo, man, you didn't wash your hands? And the funny thing is now, where you wouldn't have said something to somebody for doing that, you wouldn't say something to a stranger, people are calling out strangers now. So like I've seen people do it in the bath, like, yo, you're not gonna wash your hands, man? People are like, yo, mind your business. No, man, this is my business. Wash your hands. You're gonna touch that door handle on the way out that I gotta touch too. Wash your hands. Like people are calling people, which is great.
Yeah. The hygiene police are in full effect.
Big time.
But honestly though, like I would stay away. Like public bathrooms is the last place you want to be, period, now. Because let's be honest, like you go to a Target bathroom, I don't want to think about Target, but you go to any kind of bathroom that's public, it's probably not being sanitized the way it should be. So you're running a risk just right off the bat for something not good happening to you.
Oh yeah, And it's like now you need to make sure you open the door. You should have a napkin in your hand to pull a door handle. Things like that. Whatever you can do to avoid touching things is the best. And the best way to avoid touching things is to stay in the house. That's the best way to avoid it, is staying in your house, because you know that place is hopefully clean. Nobody's coming in and out. You're not bringing traffic in and out. You know, like you can't have your friends come over. You can't have people come over because you don't know who they've been around that may have had it, been in contact with it. And that's the thing about the social distancing and staying home. It's such a, I mean, you can't say it enough. You have to keep on repeating it till it's drilled into people's heads. It's staying home, because you've missed that simple fact of, if if your kids want to have a friend over, you don't know where they've been. That's the whole point. You don't know who they've been around. You can't really take that.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets right now.
It is. It's wild. It's wild times. But one more thing before we go to break that to me is absolutely eerie. I don't know if you know this, but since 1720, we have had some sort of plague, epidemic, pandemic every 100 years since 1720. 1720 was Black Death, 1820 the plague, 1920 the Spanish flu, now 2020 COVID-19. How about that?
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild. But we've gotten past all those things too, which gives you hope. Like, okay, this is just another one of these things that's coming through that, unfortunately, it's going to be nasty. A lot of people are going to be affected by it. It's going to kill a lot of people, and it's going to move on.
Thanks, Service.
I mean, it's just that's what's going on here, man.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, listen. That concludes the first half of a very special episode of Totally Unclear, COVID edition. When we come back, we're going to shift gears. We're going to talk a little Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I have a question for you about, is it okay or is it not okay? You're going to let me know about that. And if we have time, I want to get into the Kanye versus Taylor Swift Volume 2. It's Totally Unclear. It's Unclear Media. It's Marcus. It's Jervis. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Totally Unclear. Unclear Media, Marcus and Jervis.
The COVID days.
The COVID. As I say shift gears, you bring up COVID within the first 5 seconds. Love it.
I just had to get out of my system. I'm good now.
You had to.
Yeah,
so while all this crazy ensued, like a week before this happened, Tekashi 6ix9ine, rapper, got a date to come home. He will be coming home August 2nd of this year. Now, for those who don't know who that is, I don't know what you've been doing for the past 3 years, but I will give you a brief summary of what's kind of been going on with him. So, Tekashi 6ix9ine hit the scene probably, I'd say, about 2016, and he kind of was one of those internet rappers where posts a lot of videos, this and that, posts a lot of illegal activities in his videos, which is stupid. But doing all of this stuff, the feds were watching, as they always are. He got caught up with the rest of his label, and there was gang activity involved, and he ends up turning on all of those guys and basically taking down pretty much the 9 Trey Bloods out of New York City, and his record label also. So he's getting out August 2nd, 2020. One thing I found interesting right away is that he's not going to protective custody, which to me is absolutely crazy. And the second thing about this I find interesting is that he plans on releasing music. Now, my question to you is, do you feel that anyone will be checking for Tekashi 6ix9ine musically?
Do you have a fan base before?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was developing.
Absolutely.
It was developing.
Listen, absolutely, people are going to be checking for him. I mean, are people still bumping R. Kelly music?
Whoa.
I mean,
whoa.
Real talk. Like,
I mean,
if people are
you're now okay. I think that's a little different. That's different.
It's not different. It's about fans. If they're a fan of his music, they're going to be looking for new music from him.
Yeah, but R. Kelly get like so where he is it's a morality issue. Like it's like morally, should I be listening to R. Kelly after everything I know about him now? Tekashi 6ix9ine is not a moral issue. It's just more okay. Well, he turned a lot of people. I don't know if I should really be giving him a chance because I think he's a cornball because he literally was saying he was living one way and he wasn't really living that way.
True, but here's the deal. So then even more, okay, I agree with you on the R. Kelly thing, but then even more people would listen to him because it's not even a moral issue. It's just that either I like his music or I don't. And if he's got a fan base, yeah, they're going to listen to him. Rick Ross was one of those guys who wasn't portraying who he really was. People love his music. So, yeah.
Well, Rick Ross also wasn't as public to take down. Like, the Tekashi 6ix9ine, his is a little more dicey because he's like the first on paper we know actually told on people. And you know how people feel about that. And like, actually, my thing was too, I was at first I was like, whatever, like who can, like he was in a bad situation. He was scared. He's a kid. He told, who cares? Cardi B actually sums it up really nicely where she said, listen, if you're a normal, regular person and you just decide that you need to do the best thing for you and your family, whatever, do what you need to do. But if you are in this lifestyle, you're claiming this lifestyle, you're claiming this gang lifestyle, you're doing all these illegal activities, when things get hot, you can't all of a sudden decide that you're gonna tell on people because you decide you made a decision to do this. You want to be a part of this life. You wanted all this stuff, so you gotta deal with consequences.
Yeah, without a doubt. But still, I look, if he's got fans, they're going to want to check for his new music. If he's not saying it's going to be a lot of people. I definitely think the people will be out there looking for his new music because that's how people are. People are weird.
Right. No, and people love train wrecks. And I agree with you. I think that if he wants to put out music, there will be an audience there. But here's what's going to happen. Here's what I think is going to happen. The industry is going to totally bleed him out. Like, I don't think you're not going to see any artist of note working with him. You're not going to see, major labels committing to him. I don't think you're going to see any of that stuff. Because if you're an artist and like this kid's already done this, you don't want to be around him thinking that, well, what if I'm doing something I don't want him telling on me?
This won't be one of these redemption stories. America loves a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, we do. I mean, you're right. America does love a comeback, but I mean, listen, this will be a movie. I feel like his story will be a movie because it's so unique. Because first of all, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there about whether he was actually actually a Fed the entire time. There's people out there that think that, and even if you don't believe that, the fact that this man became this pretty big, successful entertainer, and then ends up getting in a situation where he's literally just taking down everybody, is interesting.
It's very interesting. It's like his whole story is just crazy. And the guy, I mean, a lot of people are saying that, once he gets back out, it's going to be on because, I mean, he's easily recognizable with the tats on the face. Like, where can you go? You can't hide anywhere.
Right. But these kids out here that were really getting into his music, and like, listen, he had a couple joints that I liked, but like for the most part, I wasn't really checking for him like that. But the kids that were really into him, it was kind of like how we felt about 50 Cent back in like the early 2000s. Like we were young, and like 50 was reckless. He was saying whatever he wanted to. He had that whole like that dangerous swag that people were into. Like you felt like when you listened to 50 Cent back in the day, you felt dangerous. So you could be driving around like the suburbs and you felt like, yo, I could kill somebody today.
What?
Like you, bro.
What? Wait,
you throw them Gina radio mixtapes, you know good and well you were like, yo, anybody look at me the wrong way, it goes down now.
What?
I didn't feel like that.
Not I.
You lying. You know good and well you heard that, ooh, kid, you were ready. You were ready.
Marcus, you was in the suburbs, bro. It was on like that?
No, of course it wasn't, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's my point. Is that no, it wasn't a go like that, but 50 gave you that energy where like you felt it was a go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he gassed you up to make you feel like, yo, yeah, I'm ready. I'm a soldier. That's what these kids look at Tekashi like that now. Like what they did. Not anymore because he told on everybody. So, like, he wasn't solid. But listen, let's be honest. It's like, yo, if the judge came to me and was like, yo, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you 50 years. Man, I'm telling. I'm telling.
You did?
Like, what do you want to know? You want to know what I had for breakfast yesterday? What you need to know? Like, I'm telling you everything. Like, I'm leaving no stone unturned. I'm snitching. Like, there's not, I don't know if there's not too many people where I would not snitch on. If I got that kind of pressure on me. Like, all these people, like, the songs sound good. Like, T. Grizzly talking about how he went back to back against the feds, and he's facing like 90 years, and he didn't tell. That's cool, bro. I'm proud of you, but that ain't gonna be me. I'm telling.
Wow. Okay, snitch.
Yeah, what? Call me whatever you want. I'm home. You not? Why you mad? Call me whatever you want. I'm home. I'm on my couch. What you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm eating a nice home-cooked meal. Home-cooked meal, home cooking, eat up, comfortable. I'm sorry for you. I ain't got time. I like, listen, you got to know yourself. You got to know what you're about. And that's why, like, listen, that's why I commit legal activities. I don't commit illegal activities because I'm not built for that life. I'm not built for, like, I can handle the money. I can handle that type of stuff, but I can handle the day-to-days. But, like, if I get caught, y'all all in trouble. Y'all all in trouble. You might as well just lock the hood up. You know, like, listen, you know good and well, like, oh, they got Marcus? Oh, no, we got to move.
This Dylan, watch your back, bro.
Yeah, Dylan. You can't have it right now, but anybody, listen, I'm not going to be out here dry snitching, but listen, if there's a pressure on me, it's going to be on you too. I want everybody to feel that pressure.
Mm. Good to know. Good to know.
Anyway, no, I believe the first album he puts out is going to be a thing where people are like, I wonder what he has to say. I wonder what he's going to say. So people are going to listen on the strength of that. I don't see it going past that because the novelty will wear off, and then it'll just go back to kind of what it was. And like I said, you got to have people that want to work with you. And I don't know any artist that's going to be working with him like that. I would be surprised if I see collabos. Like, because you can't be up there talking spicy next to this kid. So, like, it's like you can't do you. So why be a part of it all?
Man, yeah, it's going to be interesting when he gets out and to see what his moves are and to see how people respond to him also.
Yeah. But so I have a question for you. Do you have a sister?
I do. I have one sister, two brothers. A younger sister, two older brothers.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Would you be okay and comfortable with a friend hooking up with your sister?
Who's the friend?
I mean,
is it like my best friend, or is it just a friend, a random friend?
I'm not gonna say a random friend. I'm gonna say a friend that you know him pretty well.
I'll say this. Now, no. Back in the now, I wouldn't mind. Like, I probably wouldn't mind. Back in the day, absolutely.
So back in the day, absolutely not. You would not be okay with it, but now you'd be okay with it.
Yeah, yeah. Because now, look, being older, it's like my sister is probably making good decisions. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she's got a good head on her shoulders. So if she thinks he's a good dude, then he's probably a good dude. Unless I know something different about him because we're friends. You know what I mean? That's where that fine line is. If I knew he was a good dude too, then I'm not sweating it. But even back in the day, even if he was a good dude, I'd be like, nah. Because you got to hear too much yap from everybody else. Dang, he's messing with Marcus, messing with your sister, bro. You know what's happening?
Right.
Like, you don't want to have to hear that all the time. I have to deal with all that bullshit. Then I got to fight my friends and yada, yada. This, third. Yeah, it's too much. Nah, too much. Back then, no. Now, I wouldn't care.
So I'm going to say, no, even if you're like a day one slime, the answer is always no. Because, no, you can't have my sister. I'm sorry. That's the one girl on this planet you cannot have. Like, no. And the reason for me is it goes like this. It's like, you're my boy, so I know things about you. I know you. There's no chance you being my friend, you haven't told me some crazy story about something you did to some girl. So we can't have my sister on that scorecard. We can't do that. We can't.
Okay.
So like it's for me, it's like I don't want to, because it's a bad situation either way. Because now, okay, let's even say it goes well for a little bit, and let's say your good friend and your sister are now a thing. If they're coupling, they're happy. Okay, when they start fighting, he usually comes to you and tells you why they fight. That's your sister, though. Or if she comes to him, I mean, that's your boy. Like it's so you're getting all around, and all of a sudden, what if something pops off? What if he cheats on her? Now you gotta fight like you said. Now you gotta fight your friend.
See, we go into the extreme. Why can't you just be happy, man? Why can't you just be happy and it's like that?
Because it doesn't work that way. The divorce rate in this country is over 50%. Nobody's happy.
Yeah.
You know it's probably going to end badly. I can't be a part of it.
No, you just get jumped. That's all.
I mean, yeah.
You just get jumped. It's good. All right, homie.
It's awkward. It's awkward anyway because it's like if you want to holler at my sister, it's like a mafioso situation. You gotta come holler at the Don. Like you gotta come to a whole ceremony first. You can't just cold hook up my sister. That's not gonna go well. You know what I mean?
That's how it's going down because he ain't gonna come to you. It's going to be on a sneak tip. Listen, they already been messing around. They already been smashing for a minute. You finally just find it out.
See, no, I can't. That's all these scenarios are bad.
That's how it is. You find it out late. You're the last one to know. They already been smashing. They've been getting it in. Now you finally you caught them one time, but they tripped up and dang, Marcus just saw me coming out. Then it's like, yeah, I'm talking to your sister. It's already happened. He's telling you, I've been talking to her. It's just official now because you know.
See, that's a baseball bat to kneecaps.
No, come on.
I can't be involved in that.
It's already after the fact, man. So what does it matter?
If you're gonna want to do this and you're starting to find my sister attractive, you're gonna need to come to me and talk to me about it as a man. But at the end of the day, I feel there's too many girls in the world that you should be looking at your friend's sisters. But leave that, even if she's cute, you gotta leave that one alone. So we've all been there before. Like we've been there before. Like I've had like friends who've had really cute sisters, but I'm like, no, absolutely not. Nope. Too many headaches. I did my pros and cons list. The cons definitely outweigh the pros.
Huh. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's just it's bad. I mean, it's like even if they were dating a stranger, it's not the same type of thing for you. They don't got to come talk to the Don.
No. No. I mean, listen, because I don't know that person. So if you meet somebody, listen, eventually I want to meet him and get to know the person. But you meet him out somewhere, or you meet him at the grocery store, or whatever, however you met him, I don't need to see that or know that person right away. But if you were my friend first, you were my friend, we need to you need to holler at me about that first, bro. And if you can't do that, then you're not man enough to be my sister. We gotta sit down and have a whole conversation about that.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You're gonna find out after the fact. So
I know, but that's cowardly. I feel it's cowardly.
Nah, why I gotta talk? What? Why he gotta talk to you? Why I gotta talk to you?
Because
what?
Used to be protective of my feelings.
I'm protective of your sister, not you. I don't care about you like that. I care about your sister now.
See, that's why you can't see my sister.
You've been replaced by your sister. You messed up for
that. See how quickly ethics go out the window? You're supposed to be my boy, supposed to be my friend, and here you go, worry about my sister, not worry about your friend from day one. Man, we said the same lunch table in kindergarten. When you have a sandwich, I gave you half my sandwich in 3rd grade.
Oh, my gosh. Yo,
when that girl rejected you for that date in 5th grade, you cried on my shoulder.
Love trumps all that. Love trumps all that. He in love with your sister. That trumps all that.
Man, he in love with my sister. He ain't love.
And then look, y'all can be brothers now. Like brothers.
No, I don't want to do that.
He's already your boy, so y'all already like brothers. Now y'all really like brothers.
See, you're in this very much in this Pixar, Disney, happily ever after. You're not thinking worst case scenarios here. This is gonna go bad. And the thing is too with friends, like you love your friends, but do you really want to see them as often as you would see them if they're dating your sister? Like, dude, why are you here? It is that awkward thing where they come to the door, you're like, oh, what's up, bro? How you doing? It's like, yo, what's going on? Yo, your sister home? Oh, that's how you feel? You ain't come to see me?
Yeah, I
went to the dance in 7th grade. I went to the dance in 7th grade.
Oh, man, we done grown up now, man. That's kiddie stuff. We grown up now, man. We got to move on from that.
I don't know if I'm grown yet. I'm still petty like that.
No, Lord.
I'm just being honest.
I hear you. It makes sense. But like I said, it don't matter because they're already messing around and smashing behind your back anyway. So you just find it out.
That's why I'm mad though. I'm mad. But
you'll get over it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll get over it eventually, but I'm gonna be salty here for a little bit. So real quick before we get out of here, I want to help people out right now. I want to be a service to people. We talked at the top of the hour about COVID-19 and how everyone to stay inside. So I'm going to go first, but I want you to think about shows to binge watch while you have nothing to do. I got 3 shows for the people. Okay.
All right.
The first show is called Atypical. And by the way, these are all on Netflix. Atypical is a show about a child. He's a senior in high school. His name is Sam. And he suffers from autism. He's a high-functioning autistic child. And it's basically about him kind of navigating through life and kind of learning how to figuring out life, which is pretty cool. It has a great supporting cast. I don't know if you know Michael Rappaport. He plays the dad.
Yeah.
And he's the only other main person on there that you would know. But the cast is amazing. It's an amazing story. And right now, there's 3 seasons. Amber and I binged it over a course of like 5 days. It's 3 seasons so far, and the 4th season will be next year. But that's an awesome show to check out. The next show is called You. You is phenomenal. If you were a fan of Dexter, if you were a fan of American Psycho, this is totally up your alley. It's basically about a guy. The story starts in New York City. And he falls for this girl, and basically he stalks her. But all sorts of these things happen while he's stalking her, and the story goes in so many different ways. I think the first 2 seasons I think are on Netflix. I think season 3 is next year also. But it's phenomenal television. I will advise you that episode 6 of season 1 gets a little weird. Push past that. I almost gave up right then. Push past that. It gets right back into it. It's amazing. Just you will love that show. Anybody out there? The last one is a docuseries, and it's called Tiger King. Now, I was sitting with Amber on the couch and we're scrolling through. We kind of we saw the trailer and we're like, all right, let's give it a shot. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the wildest documentary I've ever seen in my life. I don't want to give too much away. So it's basically about 3 separate zoos, and 2 of the zoos are in competition with each other, and they're keeping exotic tigers on the property, and they're in competition with each other. And it's set I'm not doing a great job describing it, but I'm trying really hard not to give it away. But I'm telling you right now, it is captivating television. It's captivating. And it's called Tiger King. Check it out. What do you got?
Tiger King.
Yeah, I specifically want you to watch this. You two, Dylan. I didn't care, but you two, Dylan. I need you guys all to check this out. So good.
All right. All right, I'm gonna try to catch that. So I'm gonna go with. I'm actually binging it now. The Wire.
Okay.
Crime drama.
My goodness.
It was on years ago. It's considered one of the best shows on television ever. Ever. Yeah. It's the best show ever, considered by a lot of people. So I'm checking that out now to see what the hype is about that, because I actually never saw it when it was out. So that's 1. 2, I would say, for my nerds out there, if you get a chance to see The Boys on Amazon, they got season 2 coming out, but The Boys is just really dope. It's about, superheroes, but it's not your traditional. It's about basically, superheroes that really abuse their power and things like that, and just kind of are very selfish and about themselves and all the crazy things they do. It's great plot twists and stories with that. That's something good to check out on Amazon. And then the third one would be Survivor. If you haven't seen Survivor,
you'll get Survivor in.
Survivor. Started season 1. They got season 40 out every Wednesday night right now on CBS. But
wait, who's on season 1?
Season 1 is Winners at War. So it's 20 former winners who won $1 million. They're on there competing for $2 million, the biggest prize in game show history. They have a $2 million prize to the winner of this season. And it's great. But, people are going crazy being cooped up in the house and all this stuff. But you got, books and pens and crayons and toilet tissue and toothbrushes and TV and the phone and the internet. And we had none of that on that island. Nothing.
That's
so
true.
You talk about bored? That's bored. This ain't bored. This is fun.
That's fact.
This is heaven. This is heaven right now. People going crazy, cooped up in the house. This is heaven right now. You guys don't understand what nothing really is. So, yeah, check that out. You might put it a little in perspective.
Yeah. Could you imagine if this happened in 1997? Or maybe actually go back and forth, 1992?
It'd be off the hook.
there would be murders. There would be actual death, and not from COVID.
Yes, it'd be crazy right now.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, yeah.
There will be COVID-19 and 187s.
Yeah, you see the songs people are dropping about COVID-19?
Oh, no. Not so. Oh, my God.
The internet will always be undefeated, and people are so funny and creative. Oh, my God. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go back real quick to The Wire, because The Wire, in my opinion, is a top 10 television show of all time. And what I love about The Wire, if you have not checked that out, is the fact that it's all, each season, seasons 1 through 5, you got the same characters, introduce new characters in, but each season is a different aspect of the same problem, which I thought was so creative. So definitely check that out. But listen, stay home, stay safe, stay out of trouble. If you don't have to go out, take it behind the side, watch television, read a book, whatever you need to do to get by. Stay safe out there. We'll be coming to you next week. Follow us at Totally Unclear on Twitter, at Totally Unclear on Instagram, at Marcus B. Tweet on Twitter, at Marcus B. Tweet on Instagram. Where can they find you, Jerv?
At Say Jerv on everything.
All right. It's been fun. Until next week, be safe. Links.
We out.